Hey guys, this is Kysen here, and today I'm going to show you how to make a really easy but really efficient sheep farm for your Minecraft worlds. So what you see here is like one module of the sheep farm. So you have a sheep in there, and when its wool grows, it automatically gets cut and stored in the chest down here. What we have over here is the version where we have several in a row, so you could have several in a row to speed up your wool production and have all different colors and that kind of thing. Now with this version over here, you see you have the hopper minecart underneath. We have only one hopper minecart, and that's traveling up and down on the rails, of course, and we have powered rails here and one at the other end as well to make sure that happens. Now the upside of that is there's fewer materials needed, and it's just kind of nice to have the one minecart going around. And of course you could have this on a big loop. You could have like 5 here and then do another module behind and basically make it as big as you like. The only downside is you'll see here you do get mixing of different colors of wool in the different ones because it's traveling at such a speed that as it goes over these hoppers it won't deposit all of the wool in the same one. So if this is, for example, a red sheep, you might get red like in here, but also maybe in here and in here as well. So if you want to sort of change that and make sure that it's all stored, you can just have a hopper minecart underneath each of these. So what you would do, we grab ourselves a hopper minecart here, we'll get rid of this right here. There we go. You just have one on top of there, one on top of there, and one on top of there, and so on and so forth. And then only the color that was above it would go in. So that's the basic premise, and now I'm going to show you guys how to build this from scratch. So here is the size of the area that you are going to need. This is a 4 by 3 of grass. You want all of these blocks to be grass because when the sheep eats the grass to regrow its wool, if there's grass blocks around it, that grass will then replenish more quickly, so it will turn to dirt when the sheep eats it, of course, and that's why we have the grass around it. Now what you want to do is place a dispenser on this block right here, facing in this direction, and then we're going to go ahead and place glass around this and place this to high. Then on top of the dispenser, we're just going to grab any sort of solid block and place that up on top of the dispenser there. Inside the dispenser, you want to put your shears, fill it with 9 shears for maximum efficiency, but just make sure there's at least 1 in there so that this will work. Then we can go underneath, and we want to place an observer directly underneath like this, with the red bit coming out the back here. We can go ahead and replace that with grass or dirt if you're in survival maybe, and then it will grow back, and place a redstone dust on top. So that's the first bit, that's where the sheep's going to live. That's that bit done. So now coming underneath this thing, what you want to do is go ahead and place a chest below the dispenser like that, so we can get rid of that one there. It was a temporary block, and that's the chest where the collection point is going to be. So you want to place a hopper going into that. Then what you want to do is place some rail on top of the hopper just like this. Now if this happens, what I recommend is you just build off like this and place another rail there, and then get rid of that setup. It just puts the rail facing in this direction, and there's your hopper minecart there. And what you can do as well is go ahead and place a block there and a block there, just to make sure that the minecart stays in place. And the items, basically the sheep will have its wool cut and wool will sit on this block right here, and then the hopper minecart will pick that up, put it into the hopper, and go into the chest. Now of course, as I said, you can have a system like this where there's one minecart going up and back, or you can do each individual one. It depends on your individual needs. So the next thing is to get your sheep from wherever it is in your world up into this contraption. So I've put myself into survival to show you guys this. What you want to do is place down a dirt there like that. There's a couple ways you could go at this point. One way would be to get a lead and to lead the sheep up like this. Now this bit is always a little bit finicky, but you can, there we go, drop him in and then take the lead off, and he's in there nicely. The other thing you could do, of course, is use wheat and sort of coax the sheep up like this, and he'll come onto this block, and then you need to kind of get around and like bump him in a little bit. So there's a couple ways to go depending on the resources you have in your world, but essentially the next stage is, of course, to get the sheep in there so he is ready to be sheared. So of course, then you can make as many of these as you like in a line, and I've already talked about the options with the minecart rail being powered or not to pick up the wool. The final thing you have to do for this farm to work really efficiently is to like and subscribe. Okay, that was a lie, but if you do, it really is greatly appreciated, and I will thank you for that. I also want to say thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next tutorial.